What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Cardinal Red. And we back for some more of that Ali Land boxing talk, people. Today we talking Errol Spence Next Fight. Spence, I beat Golovkin. Some interesting news to me, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Errol Spence is a dynamic fighter. I feel like he's the next big thing in boxing. You know what I'm saying? I think even with a loss, his personality and his boxing style, it carries a lot of weight. So I don't think a loss would damage his career. Sort of like a Canelo or a Golovkin. Or Manny Pacquiao, you know. I feel like he's one of those guys. His boxing skill is so good. If he had a balls to the wall loss, excuse my language, that he would it would carry over in his career. It wouldn't slow his momentum down. It would actually boost his momentum up a little bit. And we all know he got a fight coming up, you know, with Mikey Garcia. You know, it's gonna prove a lot as far as his status as the number one guy at the welterweight. And this is interesting, him saying he would beat Gennady Golovkin. I feel kind of like the same way. I feel like 154 is the next. 154 is the next step up for Spence. You know, he's a naturally bigger welterweight. People say he bullies guys, so you know, a step up wouldn't be a bad thing. He still has plenty of fights left where he's at, so you know, a step up to fight a guy like Golovkin or Canelo would be a big step for him, you know. And I feel like Golovkin's stronger, but I feel like Spence is more well-rounded, even at 154 pounds. I feel like Spence's skill set is wider than Gennady Golovkin's. Golovkin might pack a bigger punch, but I feel like Spence packs enough of a punch and it probably would carry over if he was a little heavier, or even if they fought at 160, you know. So I feel like he would carry over. His punch would still carry over. I think the speed would be the determining factor. Could Earl Spence ramp up his speed a little bit to be the quicker guy in that fight? I think speed would be the major factor. I feel like he's kind of flat-footed a little bit, so to be able to pick up his pace just a little bit would give him a slight edge over Golovkin. But I still feel like even in a 50-50 fight, I still would pick Earl Spence over Golovkin. Even in a points fight, I would pick Earl Spence over Golovkin. I just feel like he's the better, like I said, the more well-rounded, the better suited boxer, the one with more skill. Golovkin just packs a bigger punch. I feel like the more interesting fight is actually Earl Spence and Canelo. Canelo has a little more boxing skills, not the greatest boxer in the world to me, but a lot more boxing skill than Golovkin. Golovkin has more power. You know, he's just more of a brawler style fighter. So I feel like Earl Spence versus Canelo would be a more interesting fight, this is a 50-50 pick'em fight here, you know, who would win this fight. I actually would say it would be a split decision in the first fight, and Spence wins the second fight. Actually knocks Canelo out in the second fight. I think he knocks Golovkin out in the first fight. I think it's a good fight for about 10 rounds, and his youth and his stamina and his athleticism takes over in the 11th and 12th round. He knocks Golovkin out in the 12th round. As far as him fighting Mikey Garcia, you know, we all know this Golovkin fight is a fantasy fight that probably never happened. I feel like Golovkin would never put himself in a situation to get knocked out by Earl Spence. I feel the same way about Canelo, but as far as the Mikey Garcia fight at 147, I feel like this is at 147, it's a pick'em fight to me. It's really not a pick'em fight, but I want to give Mike Garcia a chance, man. I don't want to be like, well, he just can't beat Earl Spence just because everybody says he can't. I want to at least give him a chance, because I feel like if Mikey Garcia beats Earl Spence, it catapults his career to a whole nother level. It makes him one of those solidified guys in boxing that you know, is the next guy up. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna start making real pay-per-view money after that. So I don't want to completely count him out because there's a lot of big things in the works for both of those guys off a win or a loss. You know, a potential Pacquiao fight, a potential Mayweather fight, and a potential Golovkin, Canelo fight. You know, bigger fights. You know, with bigger draws and bigger money involved in them. So a lot of things going on in Earl Spence's career right now. You know, shouts out to both of those guys. You know, I can't wait for this Mikey Garcia Errol Spence fight. So, you know, I'm rooting for Mikey, but I don't know, man. I like Earl Spence, man. I'm not a hater of Earl Spence at all, man. I don't feel like he bullies guys. I think it's his natural ability. And in boxing, you're supposed to dominate and not feel guilty about your domination within the sport. So, you know what I'm saying? That's Ali Land Boxing Talk for now, man. Always check the description box for any boxing gear, man. Leave me a like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what y'all think, man. If you know a homeless person, man, it's cold outside, take them some soup, some crackers, anything, man. Just to let them know you're thinking about them, man. If you ain't got nothing else to talk about, tell them about boxing. Ali Land Boxing Talk, man. Cardinal Red. We out of here.